once read somewhere that memory is a more perfect world than the universe. It gives back life to those who no longer exist. That may hold true, but I'd also include those who still exist but are long gone. Grieving the dead, that's one thing. But grieving the living, well, that's a whole different ballgame. The dead are gone. We know they're not coming back. But someone living, they're still out there in the world, quietly going about their lives, and we're stuck with the hope that they might find their way back one day. Occasionally we hear a piece of information about them or catch a glimpse of them. But to us,
Daniel,
they remain unreachable.
can you hear me? I'm pulling you out now.
Why didn't you leave me in? I was so close.
I almost lost you. I told you this procedure was dangerous, but against my better judgment, I let you talk me into it. Your mind isn't ready. You have to let go of your addiction first.
I can't let go. That's the point. Erase the memory, and the source of the addiction disappears.
You know it doesn't work that way, Daniel.
Then please explain it to me in a way I can understand.
This is your hippocampus. The memory you're trying to erase would be stored here. This pencil is the painful memory. The memory is so painful, it becomes disruptive. And if it's removed without first treating the underlying problem, then you leave an empty space. And the results can be catastrophic. If I might make a suggestion, I often tell my patients who, like you, have trouble letting go, to return to where their pain began.
I'm pretty sure time travel doesn't exist.
No, but we can go back to the physical place. You once told me that you hadn't been back. Consider it.
And so, that's what I did.
Please state your destination.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Destination confirmed.
2017 was the year everything started to change. Aliens invaded. We found out the world wasn't what we had been led to believe. Shortly after, the government began declassifying technology at a rapid pace. Corporations rose up and grew exponentially, eventually gaining more power than the governments they operated under. Society advanced faster than we could keep up with in a short period. Humans can't handle that much change. It has to be incremental. People began to long for days gone by. Mass nostalgia on a scale unlike anything seen before. But the corporations even had something to help with that. I don't even like apples. With Mnemosyne, a user can relive a memory of their choosing. And the past, well, let's just say it can be highly addictive and occasionally deadly. I don't know why she disappeared. The only explanation that makes sense to me is that she didn't want reminders of the trauma of that day. That included me. Sometimes the Mnemosyne-induced reveries can be difficult to snap out of. That's why a user has to have an anchor, something they can use to bring themselves back to the present.
Daniel, are you still with me?
Wow.
We've reached your final destination.
But for an addict like me, the anchor can lose its effectiveness over time. It can become more difficult to be pulled out of the memory.
Daniel?
Holly?
Daniel! Daniel, where are you going? Daniel!
Events don't necessarily transpire as we remember them. It's these damn pills. The Mnemosyne altered my perception of the past. It wasn't her. It was me. I was the one that disappeared.
Daniel. Daniel. Daniel? Daniel?
What? What is this?
What do you remember?
I remember running. I don't remember what I was running from.
Sounds like the procedure was successful. Get dressed, you're good to go. Oh, and have an apple. It helps with the after effects.
Memory, when seen clearly, can be the key to moving forward. But when we perceive it incorrectly, it can hold us prisoner.